and gentlemen, here we are going to be jumping into map number 1. It is going to be the best of 5 series between these two players. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it all starts here. Let me make sure everything is right. Oh, yes, it is. Everything looking sexy and beautiful. In the top left-hand corner, representing himself. He ain't the blue one this time. He's red. He's Terran. He's Bomber. And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is the Queen of Blades herself, representing On Fire. I'm actually, I'm not sure. I think it's expert at the time, but let's check it out. It is gonna be the pink Zerg player, Scarlett. A rematch from that epic 2013 series in way back in New York City, baby, right in the Big Apple. It's about to be going down once again, a best of 5 series here. Games tied at 0-0 as we just start into the beginning. Get it going now. Bomber gonna be going for what looks to be most likely a Reaper expand, but Scarlett herself not gonna be going for any kind of shenanigans. You know Scarlett, sometimes she does do some weird things and really funny things, but as it stands right now, she's just kind of chilling out, going for the hatch into the gas, into the pool. And Bomber's actually not getting a gas yet, so he's gonna go right into Command Center after the barracks, which is a little bit unconventional here. So let's see where he goes from there, because, you know, I know Bomber, it's been a little bit, but hot diggity damn, he's gonna be just skipping on the gas in order to focus on his economy a bit. But that does indeed mean that he's not gonna be able to get any scouting information at all. Yeah, this is a show match put on by Team Gosu, so a huge shout out to them. Because without them, you know, this wouldn't even be happening right now, so... Okay, I see what he's doing. He's gonna go for a double gas here, getting his orbital command into double gas, so Bomber playing the game the way he wants to play it. Scarlett kind of playing it out the way that you would expect it to go, right? So, just going ahead, getting the hatch gas pool. Since there's not gonna be any kind of Reaper pressure, she should be able to get that third base pretty easily. And... yes, that Red Bull Battlegrounds was indeed where I got my Red Bull hat. As well as the one in DC, so if they ever do it again, man, they have some really cool hats. My man Bomber gonna be shooing away this Overlord. He has 2 Marines here. Scarlett trying to get to the high ground, and I think she will be able to make it there with the Overlord. Now, Scarlett is continuing to mine gas, so this is something that you do need to pay attention to, as she's getting speed already and is not pulled out of the gas yet. So that means that she might be wanting to get a bit aggressive, or perhaps even go for, like, if she really wants to bring it back to 2013, she'll go for a lair right after this. But no, it's actually going to be for Overlord speed. So I guess nowadays, you know, Terran have been doing some pretty funky things, especially with the battlecruiser rushes and stuff like that. So as it stands right now, Scarlett is a little bit more concerned about information than she is about, say, economy, right? She's on 27 drones, probably could be on a few more had she pulled out of gas before, but getting that Overlord speed means that she's not gonna be blind to anything here. Indeed, the double factory coming out of Bomber. So this is something really nice, because if she didn't actually go for the Overlord speed, then this might actually get hidden, and the Marines would be able to kill it, the Overlord that is, before the scouting was actually done. So third base would get scouted, but maybe that would make her go back, and she sees the third base and is like, all right, I don't need to see too much more. But if she goes in there now, she's gonna realize that there is no starport. There's no gas at the natural base either. And now Scarlett's starting to drone up, getting a lot, 8 in that production tab. Hellions are gonna be coming out for Bomber, but it seems like, we'll see. Cyclone Hellion off the bat? Is that what it's gonna be? Yes, it is. Already getting Mag Field Accelerator upgrade, which means those Cyclones are going to be doing massive damage to those armored units here. I'd like to thank QB Wolf. Much love, brother, man. I had to turn these off just to make sure we can focus on the casting, baby. Let's go. So that second factory is going to allow him to go for Hellion Cyclone relatively early. And a third base coming up means that he is not going to be skimping on his economy whatsoever. So what is Scarlett going to do? I think she was able to... No! She did not scout, but she is going to go in now with that Overlord, seeing what's going on, sees the Cyclone immediately, sees that the Tech Lab is researching, and now I think that should prompt her to put down that Roach Warren. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right there. You saw that she canceled. I think that might have been a Baneling Nest. It might have been a Baneling Nest that she canceled in order, because he already had the Evo Chamber coming up. So upon scouting the double factory, immediately going to go for that Roach Warren. And that's going to allow her to get the Ravagers out, which at least allow her to trade a bit better against those Cyclones, right? So it's very difficult to trade if you don't have the Ravagers. Some people can try to go for Hydra Bane, but I mean, I think a lot of people tend to really go for Ravager Bane nowadays. But I don't see the Baneling Nest just yet. And remember, she did cancel the Baneling Nest. And she's going to be going for her ranged upgrade, immediately getting a second Evo Chamber. Is that for melee then? Because I don't know, maybe she'll get the Carapace upgrade, but sometimes you see the range and the melee upgrade go down so that the Banes are actually going to be getting their upgrades as well. So yeah, we see that melee upgrade, and then the Baneling Nest is going to shortly follow it. So this is pretty cool stuff here, guys. Immediately dropping an Infestation Pit. So this is either to go for the Pathogen Gland upgrade in order for those Infestors to have their energy when they pop, or to get the Hive really quick to get the Vipers out. So I think it's a little bit safer to go for the Infestors first, and then go for the Vipers. If you try to rush the Vipers, you might actually die, because this style of play that Bomber is showing you right now is pretty much 100% pressure all day, every day. Now here we go, putting the Corrosive Bowels down in order to try to zone out those Hellions and Cyclones. Not really trying to engage just yet. She wants to make sure that she can trade a little bit. Putting down the Corrosive Bowels. I like the Queens in there in the mix as well. So Bomber, moving on out. Gonna be able to clean up some of the creep. And we actually don't have a lot of Ravagers here, so if Bomber can continue to trade, this could be pretty deadly here for Scarlett. Wow, this is looking pretty okay, but I think that Scarlett finally gets a pretty good concave. Upgrades not completed just yet there for either player, but as it stands right now, you know, the trades has been pretty decent for both. I think a little bit better for Scarlett, though. I guess the unit's the resources lost shows a little differently there, so Bomber actually trading out a bit better. Some of the Ravagers did end up going down. I do forget how expensive they are, by the way. The Infestors are coming out. Pathogen Glands was not researched, so she's not even going to be investing into those Infestor upgrades. Just going to get them out and then maybe go for, let's see, all of the other upgrades that she needs. So I guess, man, when you just have limited gas, you have to kind of pick and choose what upgrades you're going to be going for, and it seems like Scarlett's just like, I can't afford the Pathogen Gland upgrade. But you know what that means? It means that those Infestors are going to be pretty useless when they first come out. And this pressure is not going to stop here from Bomber, continuing to put that pressure down. Corrosive Bowels trying to zone out. So let's see what Bomber's actually doing on the other side here. If you look at the production tab, he's getting an engineering bay. That's going to allow him to get turrets up in case there were to be some kind of a muta switch. And then also, of course, get any of those other building upgrades if he decides to go for that. I don't see the 4th base coming up for Bomber just yet, but another factory, and he's going to go full-on mech. So if you guys remember, Bomber used to be pretty good at bioplay for the most part, right? Like parade pushing, pretty much dropping all over the place. He's lost many a medevac. He's lost many a medevac in his lifetime to Pult especially, but I don't think he's trying to have that happen. And there really isn't that much anti-air here for Scarlett, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now we see a Nidus Worm coming up. Decent fungal getting the Hellions, but not quite getting those Cyclones, but that's a pretty good fungal right there. 1, 2, 3 of those Cyclones are going to go down. And now, pretty good trades here out of Scarlett, starting to ramp up her supply, adding Swarm Host, and also adding a Nidus Worm. So, oh, this sucks here. I mean, if she was planning to put a Nidus Worm here and start to harass, then that's not going to happen anymore. She's going to have to move some of those other Lings there from that Zaunaga tower, but Lings all over the place pretty much, guys. Going to be putting down Nidus Worms, and Swarm Host are a pretty difficult unit to deal with here, especially with the lack of tanks. Or rather, lack of Blue Flame Hellions. I think he has Blue Flame, but here goes the first Nidus Worm. Bomber has no idea where it is. He assumes that it's on the south side, and he's going to move there, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's on the north. It's going out to the 3rd base. Bomber way out of position, and yeah. Oh, this is a big hit here. Scarlett targeting down the SCV building, the supply depot. You're just going to go for some of those SCVs. Going to get 9, 10. Can you get to... I thought I was going to go to 11, but just going to get 10. Scarlett, not bad trade for some free units, am I right? Going to be moving on out here. Another Nidus Worm going down. Where did it go, though? Did she just remake it? Or maybe it's actually just at the forward location, but I did not see exactly where it went to. Big attack here. Going to be targeting down this orbital that was trying to be made. The orbital that never was. Oh my god, it's in the main? Uh-oh. These already used their Locust, though, and now the reset. Gonna pop out the Locust and then pop right back in there. Oh, Bomber loses a base, so Nidus is all over. It is a Nidus party up in this Murasoka. As Bomber getting just pulled left and right, up and down. And it seems like he's gonna be able to siege up. Scarlett not gonna be able to push up that ramp, but damn. Nidus Worms everywhere, yo. You get a Nidus. You get a Nidus. Nidus for everybody. Look under your seats. As Bomber struggling to deal with this onslaught of units here from Scarlett. Even looking at the units lost, Scarlett, even though despite losing some of these Nidus Worms that are going up in the main, still trading a bit better than Bomber, who's only down to 63 workers and 3 bases. So Scarlett, with her, look at this, guys. This is what she does. This is what she does. She spreads creep on the map. She turns it purple, yo. Definitely a fan of Twitch.tv, yo. She bleeds purple for the most part, pretty much painting the whole map. But no, man, this is kind of crazy. It's a lot of mech units here out of Bomber, who does have a supply lead. The upgrades for Scarlett are looking at 2-1, but it's 2-1 melee and range. Adrenal Glands are not quite done yet. Oh, really good! Fungal Growth gonna be able to connect as well with the Banelings and the Corrosive Biles. Wow, Scarlett gets a really nice trade, but Bomber with these tanks, can he actually break Scarlett? I think he's just gonna try to defend here, and yeah, completely erases the army here, but there was actually some really good trades there from Scarlett, who has a much bigger bank than Bomber does. So sitting on 3 bases, Bomber not going to be able to have the luxury of remaxing the same way that Scarlett would. And now, moving across the map, I think he's feeling the pressure. He's only down to 46 workers. Locusts are inside of the 3rd base. So many units being killed here. And look at the bank here for Bomber. Look at the supply. Look at it. It's just not looking too good for our Korean Terran player at the time being. And in the background, we also got that Great Aspire coming up. 52 workers have been killed in total this game by our, not Korean, but Canadians. No, the horror. GG is going to be called, and Scarlett will take game number 1 here in this best of 5 series. There was a chance, but I just think that Scarlett taxed Bomber a little bit too hard there. Uncle Sam the crap out of him. All right, no codes, no doubt, no doubt. No codes, no problem. So guys and gals, we're going to be going into game number 2. On Cyber Forest, and here we go. Best of 5 series. It is in the top left-hand corner, up by 1. I'm gonna make sure that I get the right one here, guys. Scarlett SC2. All right, so give me uno minuto as we check. So she's on Team Newbie in the top left-hand corner, the pink Zerg player. In Korea right now, I believe, but representing Canada, it is Scarlett. Nice timing. Bling! And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is going to be our red Terran player. He is the Korean mastermind himself, Mr. Bomber. Bomber. I wish I had like the GSL introductions from way back in the day, because I'm sure that he had a pretty epic one. Let me make sure to turn this volume down. All right, guys and gals, are we ready to jump into game number 2? Same thing going on here, though. Bomber had a pretty interesting opener, right? Getting an early orbital command and delaying his gas, but this time it looks like it is going to be a Reaper expand. Although we can't really say that. It could still be like a factory. I didn't see if it was a gas first. You said Jin Air Green Wings? Antique. Check this phone. Wait, is Bomber on Jin Air right now? Is that so? Snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, the phone, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's on Team Revolution, I think. I guess it's on Team Revolution, so for those that didn't know. Yeah, we're gonna jump into this one, guys. Hatch gas pool out of Scarlett. Bomber going for the Reaper expand. And this game looking a lot more normal than the other ones so far. Even though it wasn't really that much of a difference, you always gotta kind of pay attention to these openers that the players are gonna be going for. But Scarlett actually went for something that you see a little bit more in ZVP. Skipping that Overlord and then going for the 3rd base. This time I believe she will pull out a gas. Yeah, so she pulled out a gas, gets that 3rd base incredibly early. And that means that the Reapers are not going to be able to deny that whatsoever. Bomba going to be going for the Reaper. Oh, you saw that Ling squad. I guess the Ling duo tried to go ahead and bite that Reaper in the butt. But yeah, not going to happen. Nope. Right now, this is like the kind of change of map control. As soon as speed finishes, then Scarlett gets the map control. But then as soon as the Hellions are done, Bomber will indeed get that map control right back. And a little bit of a tug-of-war kind of scenario that we usually see here in the early game in ZVT. So, getting that speed. Scarlett is continuing to mine the minerals as much as she can. Only going to keep one in the gas so that she can at least get enough for, say, her lair. That's going to allow her to get it in time for anything like banshees or say there were to be some kind of liberator harassment or anything like that. We already see a tech lab being made on this barracks, right? Next to that stop point. So you know what? I think there might be banshees in the future. We'll see what he does. Nope, it's going to be the Viking first. And if he starts to stim here, he may... Oh, Marauder. Are we going to see an armory, actually? You see a Marauder coming out of this barracks, man. This could be pretty crazy. I think he might put down an armory, go for some kind of a Hellbat Marauder style, but delaying anything from that tech lab makes me wonder, right? Will he just make one and switch it over to go for banshees, or is he actually going to go for something crazy like that? Yep, we can see the armory coming down, taking a page out of my boy Future's book, who loves, or even Dolan, I should say. If you guys don't know about Danger Dolan, then dang. Even getting concussive shell, Bomber going to be going for a very aggressive start here. And Scarlett going to be going for the Baneling Nest. And droning up to 45. Does she know? She did not go for the Overlord speed this time, so she has no idea. Where's the Overlord's at? She saw the stim being researched. Or it wasn't even stim. She would assume that it was stim, but did she see the Marauder is the question. Ling Bane, up to 45 drones, continuing with the Queens. Baneling speed is not going to be done in time for this kind of push. Scarlett is going to move out with the Lings, but does she miss the move out? Yes, she does. Oh man, this could be pretty deadly, but look at the creep spread already by the 4-minute and 51-second mark. Are you kidding me? All right, well, here they come. Scarlett moving on in here, making some of the Banes, but she does have a decent amount of Queens in the front. Here go the Hellbats. If Bomber does not split these up, he could be in a lot of trouble. He sees that the Banes are morphing in. He's going to drop the Marauders in the front, but the Banes have finished. He moves right into those Banes, takes a bit of damage here. But now the attack is happening. Bomber is getting pushed back, even dropping the Viking here. The Lings are starting to just move back. They don't want to actually engage the Hellbats just yet, letting the Queens pick off as much HP as they can. And their Queens are putting in the work. Baby girl, show me what you got, bird lady. Pushing all the way because the creep spread is so good. What in the actual, like, what? This is ridiculous. I know people say that Scarlett's creep spread is really good, but I need to start taking a page. Like, what did she actually do to make it so crazy already? Like, what in the actual... Yay. Bomber gonna get shut down. Getting swiped left on that Tinder real quick. And he's just like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go for the third base. Drop down my double E engineering bay. And also, looking like he wants to go into the bio. While Scarlett gonna get 10 more drones in production, getting a fourth base. Baneling speed in production as well. And we're gonna see some Hellions inside of this medevac. So the only side of the map that isn't really creeped is this top side. And that's why Bomber's going to be going for that. So if he can drop down those Hellions and get them into the base, it only takes 3 to one-shot a drone, if you know what I'm saying. No Spore. Oh, there is a Spore Crawler here. I like her spread of units, by the way. But with the creep spread already in her main base, Scarlett not skipping a beat. The drones are going to chill. Not even scared about this drop whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Medevac getting so low in HP. And Scarlett is already on 70 drones. Bomber going to be taking his third base. He's getting 1-1, but Scarlett also working on her 1-1. Looking like she wants to go into Lingbane Muta, so it actually is going to be 2013. Pretty much all over again. And Bomber, we'll see what he decides to go for. Is it going to be a Marine Tank? Will he notice that there is a Spire on the way? Maybe he'll want to add some of those Widow Mines there, get the Widow Mine upgrade. Bomber does not really get any damage done. Look at this, guys. 0 workers killed on both sides, but I think it's a little bit better for Scarlett because of the fact that she did end up deflecting an attack in the beginning. And Bomber, yeah, he didn't sacrifice a crazy amount of economy, but he wanted to get some damage done, right? He delayed his stim, so that means that he wasn't able to really put any pressure on in the middle of the game, and then also wasn't able to really clear any of the creep. Like, look at how far this creep is already. Not even 10 minutes into the game. And Bomber just tries to move out and is like, whoa, what are you doing here, man? Like, what? What? That's not supposed to be there. This is insane. Scarlett up to 81 drones, going to be adding on her mutas. And Bomber, I mean, this is not the scariest force. I don't know where the majority of his army is. It's actually back home. Viking is just kind of being annoying, so there is no Overlord speed just yet. It will finish very soon. Scarlett does not have enough energy to transfuse and will lose one of those Overlords, so yeah, Bomber's like, yeah, taking any victory that he can get. He's like, I got it. Yeah, suck it, Overlord. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle my... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now he's gonna die. Rip the dream, yo. That Tom Cruise Viking, not quite. Not quite. That was definitely not the best pilot. And here goes Bomber trying to push on in here with his 1-1. 2-2's about halfway completed. Scarlett working on her hive now, if you notice here in the production tab. She already has Aspire, so she could actually be going for Broodlords, but with her 2-2 on the way, looking like she wants to get some kind of a run by, but Bomber gets back home in the nick of time, perhaps. But inside of the main, are the Mutas going to be able to try to get some damage? 7 workers have already been killed. It's actually getting up to 9. Scarlett gets the majority of oh man, all of those lings, yeah, the majority do get out. And how much will Scarlett invest into the Mutas? She only made 7, but holy crap. I don't know if she actually lost any of them there. Nope, hasn't even lost a single Muta, guys. Hive is already on the way, and this is just crazy. Mutas are going to be able to take out these tanks. Oh, Bomber gonna lose some of the crucial units that he needs here. And look at this, 2-2 just about to finish for Bomber, but he's gonna engage before he's even ready to do it. Yeah, he's just gonna get the heck out of there. Moving on out, back into his third base, and all the Banelings are gonna come crashing into all of the bio. The good target fire on a lot of these Banes. Holy, oh, he moves in, but I think he actually gets some pretty good connections there. And now Scarlett actually is the one gonna just overwhelm our Korean Terran player. It almost seemed like he had some good connections with the target fire on the Banes, but then Scarlett, I guess, just had waiting until the Hellbats were really low. If you go in too early, then you lose all of the Lings and they all die. Ladies and gentlemen, though, this could be it. Oh my god. Could it really? Could it actually be it? I don't know, dude. You gotta give this guy some energy over here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. He needs support. He's the blue Bomber, looking like Mega Man. It is Bomber. And in the top right-hand corner, she's on fire. She is on fire. But she's also not quite a newbie herself, but she's on Team Newbie. It is Scarlett. Push it to the limit. Oh my goodness. Dude, I just thought of, what if we did This Girl Is On Fire remix about Scarlett. Oh my god. The possibilities are endless. Alright, Ghost Mask giving Bomber his energy. No proxies here coming out of our boy, our Korean-born Terran. Now this guy is a legend, you know, been in the scene forever. Had to go to the military for quite some time. I don't actually know. I think it's what, 2 years, or I forget exactly how long it is. Trying to remember actually. How long was Bomber in the military for? Was it 2 years? Okay, yeah, it was about 2 years. So that's like, I think that's like the standard for Korean mandatory military service. For those that don't know, all Koreans have to serve 2 years or something like that. Unless you're like Parting, because I don't know how he's avoided it for so long. Parting has like some kind of like special, some special juice, man, that he's just like, maybe some documentation. Golden did it, I remember that the day when he left and then came back with a shaved head. But now we got Bomber back, yeah. I didn't know how much SE2 he's actually been playing. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's kind of, I mean, he did the Cyclone Hellion style, so that is a pretty modern style. The Hellion Marauder, whatever, with the Hellbat Marauder style, I've seen a few players do it, but it's really not that common. Usually meant to catch your opponent off guard. But I think someone was even mentioning it, that on that map, it's actually really tough. The creep spread is nice, or the creep spread was really nice, and then of course you have to push up a ramp as well. So, making it a little bit easier to defend as the Zerg player. And that goes for the Terran player if, say, Scarlett were to go for some kind of a Ravager attack. Now, New Repugnancy, a little bit different here. You have the choice of either the third base here or here. So Scarlett gonna take it over here on the bottom. If you take it here, then you're a little bit more susceptible to drops. But if you take it over here, I think there's actually a nice push. The positioning here for the tanks can be pretty nice. You can put some here if you really want to, but and a lot of the times, you know, you're gonna see some kind of a tank push coming on this side of the map. So we'll see if Bomber's gonna go for that. Haven't really seen it just yet. Obviously, the first game he went for a mech style, but it wasn't like your traditional mech. It was the battle mech, you know, like assemble. A lot of these Terran players love to go for that super aggressive style. But not today. Not today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see Bomber going for what looks to be a very early stim. Another barracks going to be put down, and it's not quite a 2-1-1 that you would expect. You know, it is indeed starting off as a 1-1-1, and then he adds a second barracks there. So Scarlett doesn't really know exactly what's going on here, but I think, no, she actually doesn't have any overlords in position to check that out. So she's just going to kind of play in the dark and not really care. And Bomber himself going to be going for another barracks maybe? Yep, a third barracks getting put down, engineering bay, but it's only one engineering bay. So typically you don't usually see just one in this matchup. It's usually something you see a bit more in like TVP. But with no third base super fast, I think, yeah, we're going to see some kind of a timing here with +1 stim and maybe combat shield. But will the medevacs be ready to go? I think so. Yeah, starport coming down here. But I think he's going to switch it over. Although I would like to see him get his medevacs out, but I think he doesn't have the gas just for it just yet. Scarlett droning like a madwoman, getting up to 48, and she don't stop. And she don't stop, going up and up and up in that drone count, getting the lair, adding a baneling nest as well. And Bomber, what do you have in store here? Is he going to put all of his eggs into this push? It has a tank on the way, getting a reactor there, so we did see, yep, that Bomber did not have the gas in order to make those medevacs just yet. So he's going to be going for a dedicated 2-base push for the time being, but will he add the 3rd base before he does it? Or is it going to be all in? He's only on 44 workers, and the fact that he is not making any more makes me think he is indeed going to be going for a very, very strong push. It's going to have combat shield, most likely. We'll see if he waits for combat shield, because +1 is actually going to be done in, like, not that long. Not that long at all, actually. Yeah, man. Scarlett going for double evo, so she's going to be investing into her upgrades. She's droning like crazy right now, though. Going all the way up to, like, 60+ drones. Bomber has stopped his SCV production, but now he started it once again. Combat shield is on the way. 3rd base is indeed going to be done, or at least on the way, so it's not going to be some kind of an all-in. 2nd engineering bay is going to be created, so we're going to see 2-1 get researched. Scarlett just droning up, so this could be Bomber's opportunity to get some damage done. Scarlett has been impeccable with her defenses so far tonight, and I think this Ling is going to be alerting Scarlett that she does need to indeed make some banes. Now, baneling speed is not done just yet. We actually have 3/4 of the way. Good creep spread here for Scarlett, though, so she's going to be able to really set up some good position here with those Lings and the Banes. She's been droning like crazy, though. Keep in mind, if she has a lot of time to at least let these drones pay for them, or at least pay for themselves, then the army value is going to be incredibly strong. Now, here we go, Bomber moving on out there. He has 2 tanks in the backside. Without any baneling speed, he is going to indeed, or else Bomber's going to need to be able to target down those banelings very, very swiftly, but no. Scarlett spreads all of her queens really nicely. Baneling speed is completed now, and it looks like Scarlett is just buying some time, and she's going to pounce. Here she goes. Target fire on the Banes is what Bomber needs to do, but he's going to actually take some damage. All right, that's actually not too bad there for Bomber, but I think the fact that he was so late. Oh my god, he pushes on through. He kills all of the Banes, and he's pushing on. Wow, Bomber finally looking like he's a bit stronger in this push. This is the game that he wants to come back. Gonna get some damage done. Bomber moves on into that 3rd base, and Scarlett in a bit of trouble. Trying to add some Hydras into the mix, but Scarlett might have overdroned and maybe got a little bit too confident with her push, or at least her defense. Really nicely done from Bomber, who's gonna be able to take down the 3rd base now. There is at least a 4th base here for Scarlett, but she lost a few drones there, 14 to be exact. Nice there from Bomber, gonna be able to take down that 3rd base, and that target fire was on point. My man Bomber was able to take out so many of the Banes, pushes on in there, and was able to have +1 before Scarlett finished her +1/+1. Very, very strong start for our Korean Terran player in game number 3. And the 3rd base was already on the way, I should say. And that's really good for him, because if that was a 2-base all-in, and he didn't get the kill. But that means that, look, he had a plan. He's going to go for +2/+1, so his attack is going to be really, really good. But his armor might be a little bit lacking, so when Scarlett finishes her +2 attack, those banelings are going to wreck those Marines. But It seems like Scarlett is only going to opt to go for +2 Carapace, as she's a little bit broke in the gas department. She needs to be able to get +2. Gonna be able to favor. Oh, she's favoring the Hydralisk range upgrade though. Wow, look at the resources lost. Holy moly. Damn, that's a lot of resources. And look at the supply. Bomber's macro. This is just, you know, one of his stronger suits. Definitely was really good with the macro. Walling off so that run bys aren't going to be as much of an issue. But usually you see the the wall over here. But he's just going to wall that, and I don't see why not. If he had a tank or something like up here, I would like it a little bit better. Here we go with the engagement though. Bomber trying to set it up again with the 2-2. It's only going to be 2-1. And he's going to scan to get rid of some of the creep. Bomber has to be very careful for the Hydra Bane. But dang, he has a lot of army value here. 91 to the 66. +2 is done here for Bomber, at least in the attack department. But this is not a multi-pronged aggression. So Bomber needs to be very careful. If he wants to, like, pull Scarlett apart, then he would send some units over to the main or something. Oh, Scarlett gets a cancel already there. And Bomber's just going to move on back. Now, he's pretty much limited Scarlett to 58 drones. And targeting down some of these Banelings. Here we go. The tanks, it's only 2 of them, by the way. Scarlett going to move on in with the Banes. Get some really good hits there, but can all of the Banes get targeted? Yes, they can. Moving on back, the micro is really good here for Bomber. Oh, look at it. 164 to 113. He's pushing. He's kept alive a lot of his tanks. He's lost 4 in total, but he does have 2 here. I don't think he has any upgrades for them, though. There's not a lot of Banes here, guys. Here we go. Baneling's always getting targeted down, and with the tanks in the background, I think it just might be too much. There's not a lot of Banes here, but all it takes is one good Baneling connection. Wow, look at that target fire. He keeps on getting it every single time. Every single time. I mean, I'd love to see, like, his view here, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have the picture-in-picture or anything like that, but moving on in here. Is he actually target firing all of these, using the tanks in order to get rid of those Banes? Moving on in here. Scarlett gonna back on up, though, realizing that she can't take it. Look at the supply, though. Bomber continues to hit that A button on that barracks, and he's just pumping out Marines like it's nobody's business. And I think this is a lot of pressure that Scarlett is under. Only on 57 workers, her economy is not where she needs it to be. And she's going for lurkers, which is something that is pretty unconventional, especially without getting... Oh no, she does have range upgrades on the way. Bomber has 2-2 already. Here we go, good Baneling hits here, but is it going to be enough? Scarlett moving on in here from the north and the east side, but it looks like there's just too much Terran on the dance floor. GG will be called, and Bomber will put one on the board. Really nice push from Bomber, really good micro. And the Queen bleeds. All right, this is pretty epic that we have come to this point. This guy right here, showing that he got a little bit of fight in him. He was able to put one on the board there on New Repugnance. Oh, snap. Show me the money. In the top left-hand corner, he is the Blue Terran player. From Revolution, it is Bomber. Might be taking one out of Maru's book here. And in the bottom right-hand corner, representing Team Newbie, it is going to be the pink Zerg player from Canada. I believe it is Kingston. It is Scarlett. Kingston, Ontario, I believe. Oh my god, double racks, but look at this. The path. The path of the Overlord is going to pretty much be right there. So Scarlett is going to know about this right off the bat. Oh, Bomber put his he put his barracks right in the path of the Overlord. Maybe he thought that Scarlett had some different scouting patterns. Now, what we saw there from Scarlett is that, okay, I know. I'm not going to let him know that I know. But I know. So, I'm going to make a pool. And a gas. Well, she already committed to the hatch gas pool, so... Some people will pull the drones. Not Scarlett, though. Sometimes you feel like you can at least stop the building of one of them, but I think she might have seen it a little bit too late. But she should know that the bunker is going to be following shortly after. And it's only 2 racks, so this is like 2013. I've seen this have 3 racks with it. I've seen it have 4 racks with it. And I like that she pulls the drones now. Going to be able to fight these SCVs. And Bomber trying to get a bunker down. Not going to happen, though. And it seems like with only 2 of these 2 of the SCVs, it's just not going to be enough. All right. Marines are here. More drones are coming off of the line. Scarlett puts down a spine crawler, killing one of the SCVs. But here we go. The damage is being done. Bunker is going to get canceled. The other SCV gets killed, so that means there will be no bunker whatsoever. And yeah, I think Bomber, realizing that he's not going to get much done here, is going to immediately float the barracks back home. But we'll see. With the spine crawler being forced, it's actually really good for Bomber if it does complete. Speed is going to get delayed here. It does start now. But Scarlett is going to start droning, so she's like, I'm safe, I'm good. Bomber was not able to do much there, and the command center is a bit delayed here, and as is the gas. That means there's not going to be any real like Hellion follow-up just yet. Scarlett holds it so easily, man, just pulling a couple of her drones, and then immediately realizing, okay, as long as I can stop this, then I should be alright. Pulls more of the drones, might lose a little bit of mining time, but at the end of the day, she's all good. 22 drones to 19. Now the orbital command is done, and this is such a, oh man, I love it. Take one out of Marine King's book. Just adding a third barracks, yo. Oh, if the 2 racks fails, why not add another command center? Oh, wait a minute. And I'll add another one too. Just gonna put 3 of them there, like, what's up? So this is actually really nice here for Bomber if he does not die to any kind of aggression that Scarlett could put on him. But we haven't really seen that much aggression here in the early game here out of Scarlett, right? It's been mainly kind of like defend, 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 and then macro, macro, win, win. Scarlett is gonna have an overload in position, so she will be able to get into the main base. But the question is, will she be able to get deep enough to see this third command center? Speed is already done, and the third base is going to be heading out here for Scarlett now. Now Bomber going to be getting his factory. He already had 2 barracks here, so maybe he'll follow it up with like a 2-1-1. But he's going for double reactor. Wait a minute, what? This makes me think that he's not going for bio this game. I mean, maybe he will, but usually you'll see that tech lab get put down here. Although I guess if he wants to delay it and just work on his economy and then get his starport out, yeah, he could definitely continue to go into bio. So he's going to put a tech lab there. Just gets the reactor Hellions out and also reactor on the barracks so that he has enough Marines out there in case there's like some kind of a muta transition. Or just to pretty much get bio units out. So if he wants to go for any kind of aggression here, perhaps we could even see some kind of a not Marine Hellbat, but a Marine, yeah, I would say Marine Hellbat, but I guess maybe not just yet. Dude, he's going for combat shield first. Alright, Bomba. Yo, he's gonna put down the armory, so maybe we will see like a Marine Hellbat, but without stim? Just gonna go for the combat shield, yeah. Damn. Third base is already here. Now Scarlett has no idea about the third base that is done here for Bomber. And this time around, even if this damage doesn't really get done here from Bomber, he has the third base behind it. But he is behind in SCVs. He's only on 34 to the 52 of Scarlett. Scarlett. Just droning. She loves her drones, huh? You can get your girl to look at you the way Scarlett looks at her drones. Life goals, man. Relationship goals, mate. We're moving out. We got Banelings, but the speed is not going to be done. Not even close. The Hellions are going to make it out here. Can they clear out some of the creep? Depends. Can Bomber actually surprise Scarlett? Kind of cool that the Spine Crawler going to come into play, right? That was for the 2 racks, but now it's actually going to help against these Hellbats. And now getting put down right in the middle here. The Banes could get target fired. We've seen Bomber do incredibly well with target fire micro. Now here we go. If he morphs them in right there, the Banes could actually explode on them while they're morphing, but no. Gonna buy some time to get some more units. Scarlett just gonna completely crash through the Hellbats. And dang, I wish Bomber split his Hellbats a little bit more. Definitely could have made those Banelings a lot less efficient. But the third base is already done here for Bomber, so this is not like the worst or the end of the world at all. The fact that it hasn't landed yet is a little bit unfortunate, and that push didn't get much done whatsoever at all. That was kind of unfortunate because like he had a decent amount of units there, but all of his Hellbats were clumped up. The Banelings came up and just easily peasily just rolled over all of them. Now the creep spread is starting to get there here for Scarlett, getting a 4th base, and she has confirmed the 3rd base, laying a little bit too far north so it does not stop the landing of the command center. These Hellions still have the potential to get something done, but Bomber would have to find some kind of an opening, maybe with like pulling the Queens over to the 3rd base and then having the Hellions slip on over into the natural. But with the vision and creep spread of Scarlett, I just don't see it happening. 72 drones already there for Scarlett, so she's in a pretty decent spot when it comes down to economy. Bomber, though, with the triple command center, going to continue to just make those SCVs. Starting to at least stop some of the creep spread of Scarlett. Does not want that to get out of control. I like that he targets down the creep tumor. Scarlett, though, getting up to 80 drones and going into Spire, so 10 mutas are going to come out. There are no turrets in the Nat, no turrets in the main, no turrets in the third. So Bomber going to get completely blindsided by the mutas. Man, maybe he'll get them up in time, but Stim is going to be done and also 1-1, so I believe he's going to start pushing out. What is the tank count looking like? Only 1. I don't think this is going to be too good here. I think we're mainly going to have to see Bomber go for like some multi-pronged drops or something, but the fact that he doesn't even know about the mutas would mean that if he gets greeted by the mutas and that's how he finds out about them with the drops, then he's just going to lose medevac after medevac. So he has to be very careful. Just moving on out though. So parade pushing. Is he just going to go for a parade push? I mean, it is a rematch from 2013, but you know what? Parade pushes still can be pretty strong. Gotta be very careful. The mutas are already out, and like I said, without any of those turrets in the base, these mutas are gonna wreak havoc all in the base of Bomba, losing so many SCVs, and he does not continue the push. He's moving back, already losing 10 workers, and I mean, oh, these mutas completely blindsided Bomber. He had no idea. And how many are there? We got 10 of them. Scarlett not investing into any more, but she is at least getting +1 for them. I like that she doesn't invest too heavily into the mutas because it only takes a few Thors to ruin the muta party. But her muta control looking pretty good. Hasn't lost any of them just yet. Almost! Did I speak too soon? Ling Bane coming up here from Scarlett. She has the 2-2 on the way. Her supply is looking pretty solid. And now gonna get right into the natural base, targeting some of these Marines because they are kind of spread out. Before those turrets get up, I guess they're up now. 2-2 on the way, not quite done just yet. So Scarlett's 2-2 is actually going to finish before Bomber's. And he's down to 59 workers because of all of the workers that Scarlett killed with the mutas. Huge run by going to be setting up here to go into the natural base. But Bomber setting up defensively. Kind of offensively, but uh-oh. I like the wall though, but Scarlett don't care. She don't like that wall. She's going to bust on through. And I think there might be enough here. Target fires all of those Banes. Does take a little bit of damage, but Scarlett is inside of the natural base. She does have a Baneling there. It does not connect on what she wanted it to. But on the other side, the mutas are going to target down those tanks, and she is invested into mutas once again, going up to 15. Huge attack here coming here from Scarlett, who has so many Lings and Banes. They're going to walk up this ramp, but there's not a lot of Banes in the front. So maybe these Marines will be able to target them down. Oh my god, Scarlett flying her mutas into the Marines. They're going to move on back, though. The Baneling just trying to get some connections. Bomber, I know you're going to target fire, but it's just not going to be enough. And down goes our Korean Terran into the hands of the Canadian Zerg player. Pretty much playing like a Korean. But in this day and age,